Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Innisfree Ampoule Intense Cushion in the shade 13. I ended up only being able to purchase a refill of this cushion because the cushion in the cover case was sold out, so I mean the refill was cheaper anyway and I can stick this into my other one, so it's not so bad. But I ended up getting this one because I really liked the Innisfree longwear cushion in the shade 11, so I was interested to see how the shade 13 in a different formula would be for my skin. The product description says, long-lasting moisture winter cushion keeps your skin hydrated for longer periods by storing moisture in your skin. Ampoule Intense Complex protects the skin barrier, moisturizing your skin for 24 hours. Highly refractive oil ingredients evenly distribute light, giving your skin a gorgeous natural glow. The formulation's cushioning effect make it absorb quickly into the skin, providing a platform layer. I was only able to purchase a refill of this cushion, so I have mine in my longwear cushion case. As usual, this product is a cushion filled with a liquid product. This makes it super portable and quicker to apply than your regular liquid foundation. I have the lightest shade for the Ampoule Intense formula, which is number 13. This is a fairly neutral shade. It's not quite as yellow as I would like, but it's still nice and light. This is what it looks like compared to the longwear cushion in the shade 11. The longwear cushion is much more yellow toned, which I personally prefer. The Ampoule Intense cushion does oxidize a little, but it's not terrible. Today I have a couple of spots to cover up here and here, and since my refill didn't come with an extra puff, I'm just using one of my regular puffs to apply this. For this cushion, I found that it worked best if I sort of swiped the product rather than dabbed it, because when I dab the product on, it does tend to look very cakey and it looks really awful after a couple of hours. So on the left side of my face, I'm going to show you what it looks like when I pat it on. And on the right, I'm going to show you what it looks like when I swipe it on. This cushion has really lovely light coverage. I can still see some of my freckles, but overall my skin tone looks very even. The cushion definitely gives my skin a gorgeous glow. My skin looks hydrated and feels really nice too. The left side has a little more coverage since I am patting the product on, but the right side looks a lot more blended into my skin. I always apply a powder when I use a liquid foundation because it helps my foundation stay on longer. I really like the way it looks on my skin after it's been powdered as well. It's a really beautiful satin matte. After 6 hours, this cushion still looks quite nice on my skin. It's slightly oily through the T-zone, but it's not too bad. However, I don't find that it has the best lasting power. You can see that on my chin it has worn off quite a bit. I've also been blowing my nose quite a bit today, so my nose does look quite pink. So on the left side you can see quite a bit of cakiness around my chin, whereas on the right side there is substantially less cakiness. So I definitely prefer to swipe this foundation on rather than pat it on, which is very bizarre for me. I also don't suggest leaning on your chin because it will rub off the cushion. So in the product description, this product claims to keep my skin moisturized and give me a really healthy glow. And while I think that it does definitely give me a really healthy glow, which I really like, I don't really think that it kept my skin moisturized, and especially not for 24 hours. I also don't think that it absorbed quickly into my skin, especially since if I pat it on, it doesn't absorb at all. It just sort of sits on top of my skin and forms a really nasty looking layer. So I'm not sure about that claim either. I don't think it's that fantastic, but it is still a really nice cushion. So I love that the shade 13 is a really nice color for porcelain princesses, and it's a little more neutral toned than the shade 11 is. It's easy and convenient to apply. It's in the middle layer of being expensive to inexpensive at 33 New Zealand dollars. I wouldn't call this a drugstore price, but for me it's also not extremely expensive, and it's something that I could be able to afford to buy again. It also makes my skin look gorgeous and glowy. I don't love that it needs to be swiped or blended on rather than patted on, which is very interesting for me because it is a cushion. Generally they need to be patted on rather than swiped. It's very weird to be sort of like dragging the foundation down. And it doesn't really have the best longevity. It definitely wears off in patches, especially around my chin, because I do lean on my chin quite a lot, so I definitely had a very pink looking chin that day. So I think that this is a really lovely cushion for princesses who don't touch their face. I do recommend not touching your face, but it is a bad habit, and I mean, especially if you talk on the phone a lot, you are going to get a little patch where it's worn off if you press the phone to your cheek too, so it's not really that practical, and the longevity just really isn't there for me. But other than the longevity issue, I think it looks really lovely on my skin. My skin looked really healthy and glowy, which is really pretty, and that does live up to the claims in the product description. But I think that the claims that it's going to moisturize my skin for 24 hours and that it's going to absorb quickly into my skin are really not that true at all. I don't think it really affects my opinion on the cushion very much because those aspects aren't really that important to me. It's something that I'm going to be wearing for 6 to 8 hours, so I don't expect it to moisturize my skin for 24 hours. That's pretty extreme. But overall, I like the way it looked on my skin and it was easy to apply, so I would probably purchase this one again. So I would recommend the Innisfree Ampoule Intense Cushion for any princesses who are looking for a cushion to give them a really beautiful, natural, dewy finish. And I would also recommend the shade 13 for any porcelain princesses that are more in the neutral range. They're not too cool toned or too warm toned. Thank you so much for watching this review, and I'll see you next time.